So hi everyone, today in this video we're gonna develop another mental model that obviously can be important for you since models are representations about how the reality works, and as much more you grab them, as much more you have in your processes, in your possession. So the ability to manage good information as truthful as possible in the majority of scenarios, better you'll be put to be someone that action. And then so today I expect you to help me by subscribing. And afterwards, if it can make trigger your interest, you can subscribe. And obviously, so see other videos that you can may like. And then so today we're gonna talk about a specific business model that is called the resource-based views, and this is so leveraging unique assets for competitive advantages is what we're going to talk today. So it's a type of business model that's applied more for people that are in the business world, so working in companies, business owners, then so always tries to thrive, so to get ahead of the competition, because it's what might trigger more so the probability of getting profit. And then so it's the value of this video. And then so what are you going to talk about? Resource-based view. It's the name of the mental model that we're going to try to apply. And then so what do you have to understand about this resource-based view? So it's something that has application today because we're living in a hyper competitive business environment. Sustainable success isn't solely about external market conditions, it is rooted in what you control within your organization. So the resource-based view, it's like, I would say this is a mental model that emphasizes a firm's internal resources and capabilities that I would say that are the primary drivers for competitive advantages to stay ahead, and not just relying in the external conditions. So it's a mental model that helps you to look internally for you and understand what is like unique on so about who you are, then makes you still be able to be different than other ones, other than relying so in something that is external, that in the moment it can be just used for you, but can still be easily a repetition by the other ones that you're so having a competition with. And then so if you focus more on things that are more hard to replicate, that is like something normally that is like internal to you, is more difficult for other ones to have access to it, you probably have a higher probability so to create a competitive advantages that is sustainable. That's what it will like more so to get. So the resource-based views argues that the company's unique resources, both tangible and intangible, are the key to long-term success, rather than focusing only on external industry forces that are important. But RFB shifts the focus as well to inward, so to what makes your company distinctive, and is what so makes a higher type of the portion of what makes this company distinct is not how you are internally or what you have internally, then just like some things and things that you kind of enjoy externally, but they can be easily be repetitiveness by other ones as well. So this is like the main type of arguments that this mental model does. So core concept, I think it's understood. Competitive advantages arise when firms' resources are valuable, rare, inimitable, and so as well these competitive advantages creates you profits. And then so these resources can be anything from cutting edge technology and skilled personnel to brand reputation and corporate cultures. They're specifically, but can be tangible or not, but they have the same type of thing. Is something rare, valuable, people are like, it's harder to imitate, and creates profit for you than it would if it didn't exist. So type of resources that can be so something that can be so introduced to a competitive advantages. I have tangible resources, physical assets like such as I would say manufacturing facilities, proprietary technology, and financial capital. We have intangible resources, so non-physical assets like brand equity, intellectual property, organizational culture, customer relationships as well. So We have tangible and intangible, but you can have something specific, like you have specific manufacturing facilities, you have some proprietary technologies, you can have a specific financial capital, you have some IPs, you have a brand equity. So things that, depending the way that you're scored, can change the way so that you're prone to make money, and then so depending if it's something positive or not, you can determine if it's a competitive advantage or can be even a weakness. So the complete opposite. So capabilities, the company's ability to effectively combine and deploy these resources. That's so obviously what introduces if something's gonna be a competitive advantage or not is how good I am introducing the resources that I get in making so something that may and triggers and increases the probability of me so having a higher type of possibility to make profit. So what are real world examples of like applications of looking more internally to so leverage assets that I have exclusively and not just like using external things that are so things that can also other ones as well have easy access to. So what are examples? Apple. So what Apple does a lot in comparison with other ones, other than just like using components, other than just focusing in some the materials of their phone, things that other ones can have access to. What they do that other ones cannot replicate? Probably brand reputation. Apple has a good brand reputation. Design excellence, another thing that others cannot copy. An integrated ecosystem, so a whole type of network of people that works in Apple, so the quality, human quality that they have, the culture, it's things that other ones cannot have access. It's not easy to replicate. So resources that are hard for competitors to replicate. We have the Google search algorithm, cannot be replicated. Data analytics prowess cannot be as well replicated easily. And innovative culture that as well it's not that much easier to do all like almost the same as the Google one does. It's a dominant edge, so in the tech space, Coca-Cola. What is the thing that is not easier to replicate? Global brand, a secret formula that other ones cannot have access to, extensive distribution network that other ones as well have not access to. So Coca-Cola's resources create a formidable competitive barrier, and it's not just relying in having the best access to a specific sugar that other ones can have access to because it's something that it's not easier that much to so not get known so hold of. Obviously Coca-Cola is really well so really people tends to see, people tend to analyze, but things that are more done internally and built internally that are not so easy the other ones to replicate as the ones that we should look more to build. So how to apply this resource-based view in your business? Identify your core resources, so conduct internal audit to determine which resources truly differentiate your business from competitors. It is also important to identify who you are, but as well understand how the other ones are. So doing a bit of benchmark to understand how the other ones puts what's their positioning. Investing so in developing capabilities, something is the things are not in the final product, so you can develop. Focusing in enhancing skills, process, and technology that allow you so to use your resources more effectively. Protect and leverage unique assets, like consider strategies, like if you have something that's really good and you think that can be a threat that others can replicate, so use strategies like patents, strong brand management as well, proprietary systems to secure your competitive advantage. So you can identify your resources, understand so where you have more potential to be better than other ones, and other ones cannot replicate. Other type of analysis that you do so is if these competitive advantages are sustainable, so having counts other ones can copy, and so you can protect by putting patents, by having intellectual type of property so around your team. It's a thing that's so important. And obviously a bit leverage, obviously not just looking for if you have potential in doing something or not. By doing so the care resources is aligning so the strategy with the internal strength to even leverage more so your skills. So if I'm a good speaker, I'm not gonna lose my time in doing other things that I'm not good. So align your perspectives of what you do in your life. So what's is like the pathway that you're doing it by considering what's the skills that you have. So tailor your business strategy to capitalize on what you do best, ensuring that your offerings are both unique and difficult to imitate. Don't so fall in the pitfall of diversification, because neither all of the diversification is good. We're living in a world that much more you should focus in understand what you do good, specialize, and then to perform better as much as possible. We're living in a world with a winner takes all type of environment. That so the winners are proportionally much more well paid than other ones that are just good. So I expect with this video I can may trigger some type of insights on you. And with that much more to say, just thankful and don't forget to subscribe and now see other videos that can may trigger so your interest. So see you in the next one.